everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear. We're going to look at some barrel pieces from Inception Designs today. So we've got a bunch of different tips, or I guess you would call them flash hiders or threaded tips or whatever you want to call it. But these are tips or pieces that you can add on to the front of the threaded Stella barrels to kind of give it a different look, give it a different feel. Now, a lot of them won't, well, I shouldn't say any of them will really affect how the gun shoots or how the ball comes out of the barrel. They're more of like a cosmetic thing to kind of just change the way the barrel tip looks. So we've got a couple different ones here. So here we have just a 14-inch barrel right here with the Stella front on it, threaded front. And you can put all of these different pieces onto here. So we'll start from this side over here. This is the 14-inch thread saver tip. Now, what this is if you have a barrel that has the threaded front like this, and you don't like the way this looks, but you don't want to change anything on the outside, you can just get this piece. It goes over the threads on the front, and it just protects the threading on the end of the gun. It doesn't make the gun any, or I should say the barrel, not the gun. It doesn't make the barrel any longer. It doesn't change anything. All it does is just protect the threading at the end of it. Next one over is the same idea, but it has a different kind of look to it. This is their arrowhead tip. Now, the interesting thing about this is the threading is up in this section right here. It does not thread on this way. It threads on this way. So you have to push this tip all the way across the barrel till it gets to the threading, and then you can actually thread it on. So you're not changing the length of your barrel at all. You're just threading a tip on, and you can see the barrel is right on the inside of this, and you tighten it down. So the barrel is all the way through the end of this tip right now. You've just changed the way your 14-inch barrel looks without actually changing the length of the barrel. Really just cosmetic kind of looks thing, which is it's cool. Same thing for this. Excuse me. This is a mace tip. I'm just going to put it on there so you guys can see what it looks like. I'm not going to thread it down. But same idea. Threads at the front. Doesn't change the overall length of your barrel. Next one over is a 15-inch tip. So the threading now is at the back side. So when we thread this in, it threads from the back. It does give us a little bit of a longer barrel, but kind of has the slim, nice, sleek profile. That's why they call it the Slim Jim tip on that one. This is your standard like M4 kind of thing. Bird cage is what they call it. But it's going to be just your normal AR rifle kind of caged tip. 16-inch. Now this is the same as this one right here, but instead of having the threading up in the front so that you're not changing length at all, threading's at the back so that you get a longer barrel with a different, that arrowhead tip look on it. Excuse me. So this one makes a 16-inch barrel. So we got 16, 15, 15, 14s. Then we have another tip here. This is an apex tip. Now that one does come down in there, and I think it doesn't say the length of it on there, but after seeing how far the threading is recessed down in there, the threads are right about there. So this is going to give you about an inch or so, I would say. So this is going to turn this into a 15, but it's apex ready, so you can throw your apex barrels on there. Then we've got the 18-inch arrowhead tip. So you're looking at a much longer barrel system right there. Now the tip, obviously the inner diameter or the inner bore is going to be wider than what you're seeing on your barrel tip so that you don't have any kind of weird, the ball's not going to encounter anything that's narrower on the inside and just blow up or anything like that. So that's kind of an interesting barrel look right there. And then let's just say you don't want a long barrel. You want something that's super short. Maybe you've got a compact gun you've got set up and you want to make it as small as possible and not have this barrel sticking out of the front. Well, you can get rid of your longer tip right there. And then they sell this one. It's called the shank. Goes onto your standard Stella back and drastically reduces the size. Now we can take all of these pieces and we can put them on just like before. You can get a super small, this is like an 8 or a 10-inch barrel right here, probably 10-inch barrel. If your setup kind of dictates that you have a smaller barrel, you're running like a close quarter combat gun setup, you definitely want a small barrel setup because you're not trying to shoot a distance or anything like that. So the shank tip gives you the ability to drop it all down and make it small and still put the cool tips on the front of it. So there's a lot of accessories, a lot of barrel stuff that you can look at from Inception Designs. So definitely get on the website, go through there, look at all the options that are out there from Inception Designs. Lots of tips, lots of barrel lengths, lots of options. There's tons and tons of stuff. So if you're in the market for a new barrel, check the Stella stuff out. They make a high quality thing. Simon over at Inceptions, they do a great job, and order your barrel through ansgear.com.